honestly thought that I was going to die extremely young because I did not see any end in sight. What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jenae. I'm a WC Pre-Med student. If you want to know more about me, you can read the description down below. So a while ago, I did a poll on my Instagram if people wanted to see my fitness journey so far. So I have been through quite a lot in terms of my health and fitness. I went through a really severe illness that basically left me not to the point of bedridden, but really close and on my way to that. So that is what I'm going to be discussing today, how I got better using nutrition and alternative medicine to help me get back on my fitness journey and just my health journey in general. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and if you do, don't forget to turn on the little notification bell. So a little background about me, I do practice a low carb, high fat ketogenic diet. So my progression to a ketogenic diet originally started when I was 15. I was struggling with my weight, just immensely. I could not get my weight under control. So I started dieting. I was still eating like a typical high carb diet that we see in America, but it was full of healthy carbs and healthy whole grains. But I was in a caloric deficit, I was working out, and I still was not losing weight. I was hungry all the time, I was lethargic, I was tired. So the concept of eliminating food groups to me was pretty foreign. I didn't think that it would work, for one thing, because it's not popularized, and if anything today, even though it is popular to eliminate food groups for health reasons or fitness reasons, a lot of people still say it's really unhealthy for you to do that. I was told it was unhealthy for me to do that by people who actually had no business telling me what was healthy for me and what was not. I actually had high school teachers who were telling me that me not eating grains was unhealthy, which is really just not okay. They're not a physician, they're not a dietitian, they're not a nutritionist, so it's not their place to even tell me what I'm doing with my body is wrong, especially when I felt so good. So I went paleo when I was 15, so I was grain-free, sugar-free, dairy-free. Basically, all of the allergens that most people are sensitive to were out of my diet, and I felt really good. And I stayed paleo for several years. I never looked back. And then I started to not feel so good. And around that time, my mom was actually seeing a nurse practitioner for vampire facial. If you've never heard of that treatment, it is basically where they take your own blood and they centrifuge it, and they remove the red blood cells and other components of your blood from your plasma, and then they use a little needle gun to insert the plasma into your skin, and it has all sorts of rejuvenated benefits. So it's basically like all natural Botox, if you want to think about it like that. So I was talking to the nurse practitioner about how, I'm tired all the time, I was doing paleo, I felt really good, I'm not really quite sure what's going on. And she said that I could possibly benefit from a ketogenic diet. So that is what I started that summer, like literally a few days after she said that. I read as much research as I possibly could that was available at the time 4 years ago, and I started a ketogenic diet. And I did that for 2 years. And then I started to not feel so great again after I experienced two specific but similar stressful events within the space of a week. Both my grandpas died within 2 days of each other, and I was in such a difficult place at the time. I didn't quit doing keto, but I was eating what I would call a dirty ketogenic diet. So I was eating lots of processed foods that were keto. I really don't consider like keto goodies and like keto products and stuff to be like 100% keto, because they're really easy to overeat and they can kick you out of ketosis. And I just think that you're way better off eating real food on a ketogenic diet and not relying on all those foods. But anyways, so started to not feel so great again. And this whole time I'd been like working out, like not intensely, like not really anywhere that would get me like to my fitness goals that I am currently pursuing, but just enough to like, you know, I'm working out, I'm doing something good for my body, but not to the extent that I am today. So I started getting sicker and sicker as the months went by, and you know, we were looking for reasons as to why I was feeling so sick and why I basically was not functioning well. And I learned from a functional doctor that I had started seeing that I had Lyme disease. And it was really severe, and it was not only one infection of chronic end-stage Lyme disease, but a chronic infection as well as a new infection. And I have absolutely no idea how I got a new infection. I basically turned into like a hermit and did not go outside and really didn't expose myself to the outdoors where I could have gotten bit. So best guess is that one of my dogs had a tick on them and it jumped from them to me. So just kind of a string of bad luck. So I was in treatment with him for probably about 8 months, and it was not working. Nothing that he was doing was working. So I took it a step further and went carnivore. And that was actually one of the only things that helped, was me on a carnivore diet. Carnivore, if you've never heard of it, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you only eat meat. You only eat animal foods, so milk, like and cheese and stuff. That's not ideal if you have autoimmune disease, but you can do that, and I did that for most of the time I was on carnivore. Actually, I was fine with cheese and of course meat. So basically just animal products and animal meat, and I did that for about a year. And in that time span, I incorporated cold laser therapy during the later half of that diet for myself, and it completely changed the game. Cold laser therapy is a frequency of low level laser that they run up and down your body to basically enact the healing process. It's alternative medicine, it's alternative therapy. I thought it was honestly a bunch of hooey, even though I was doing alternative medicine, but it was still like herbal medicine. It was still, you know, you take something to combat something like a drug, but instead of pharmaceuticals, they're called nutraceuticals. So I was still kind of like, this is not going to work. This is pseudoscience, woo science, you know, whatever you want to call it. And it worked. And since then, I have been absolutely obsessed with like learning about why it worked, because it is an absolutely incredible therapy. I am so thankful that I learned about it from a cashier at Fred Meyer's, of all places. Her dad is a friend of the person that I went to see. So pretty crazy journey. I honestly can't believe that it worked. But the theory behind why it works for Lyme disease is that it causes the bacteria to shed what's called a biofilm. And the biofilm is a protective barrier that the bacterium has around it that essentially nothing can penetrate through. So antibiotics can't penetrate through it. That's why I didn't go the traditional medicine route, because I knew that about Lyme disease before I even was diagnosed with it. I had heard about people who had Lyme and who went the antibiotic route, and a lot of them ended up worse than they already were. So I avoided that altogether, and I knew that was what was best for me. Some people it works for, especially if they catch it early, but not for end stage chronic cases like mine. So Again, the theory as to why it works is that the biofilm is removed, and basically after that biofilm is removed, your body can kill that bacteria just like it would any other bacteria that is causing an illness, like a cold or anything like that. So since then, since I have been receiving those treatments on the regular, I have felt completely normal. I haven't received one in a while because of COVID-19, but I feel completely normal and like a 21-year-old should, and that is just absolutely incredible, especially for something that I consider to be complete pseudoscience. Like, I feel really bad that I ever thought about it that way, but there's very few studies on it, and there are some doctors who have written about it. One of them is Dr. Izabella Wentz. She's kind of like big in the autoimmune community. She's a PharmD. She's written about cold laser therapy. So I will link her article on cold laser therapy down in the description for those of you who want to read it. If you want to receive cold laser therapy, if you have Lyme disease or autoimmune disease, it's good for both. It works for both. At least it worked for me. I will link Lyme laser centers down in the description so you can find your local Lyme laser specialist. And so after I started receiving those treatments, I was able to start working out again. I had really severe chronic pain, so working out was like absolutely a no-no for me. There was one point during Christmas of not last year but the year previous where I was forcing myself to do HIIT workouts 3 days a week, and they were intense HIIT workouts, and I was literally like killing my body because it was so painful. But at the time, I could not stop gaining weight from the Lyme disease attacking my thyroid, and I was just so stressed. I was like, I can't continue to gain weight like this. So I was putting myself through some pretty extreme workouts, and after that I quit. I couldn't keep up with it, and didn't exercise for almost a year, and that was really hard on me. I am someone who really likes to move, and I love fitness. So now that I have been able to be back into that realm for the last few months, I am just so like excited. So basically how I went from being severely overweight to where I am now is paleo to keto to carnivore, cold laser therapy for my autoimmune disease and Lyme disease. That is like a huge thing for me. That was really holding me back in terms of my fitness, but it's over now, and I'm so thankful. So there's really nothing more to my fitness journey than that at this point. Once I have reached my desired fitness level, I will post another video like this again. If you want, I am going to be doing what my current workout split and week looks like. So if you want to see that sooner, you can comment down below and just let me know. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, I will link all of my sources down below if you are interested in learning about cold laser therapy or receiving treatments yourself. I hope this video kind of gave you hope for everyone that is struggling out there, that there is a way to remission for everyone. I honestly thought that I was going to die extremely young because I did not see any end in sight. Again, I really hope that this video helped you guys. I tried to make it as short as possible, but my fitness journey really relied on my nutrition focus as well as my illness that was going on at that time in my life. So again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and don't forget to turn that little notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. So I will talk to you guys this Sunday for Science Sunday. I am so excited for the video that I'm going to be filming. I hope this video was entertaining at the very least. I have been putting it off because I didn't think it would be very interesting, but people did ask for it. So anyways, because I can't seem to conclude my videos, I will talk to you guys on Sunday. Bye everyone.